Okay, here we go. Nice. Here's what I'm going to do. Hey, all right. Here's what I need to do. I'm gonna grab my laptop so that way I could stay up to date with everybody. Also, hi from Mexico. What on earth is that sound? Oh my God, what is that sound? What is happening? What was that? Are you guys hearing this? Is this just me? Hi, Tariq. I'm hearing something wild right now. There was a bunch of pepperoni talk. Did anybody else hear the pepperoni talk? It's still happening. Hold up. That is insane. How do I make this pepperoni talk stop? I am so confused. Okay, hold up. I'm so confused. What is going on with this live? Okay. Um, there's a. I'm going to take out these headphones. Maybe that's. Nobody's hearing this? There's not an echo? Okay. Can you guys hear me? If I talk like this, is this better? Let me know if you guys can't hear me or anything, because I think this is just gonna have to be how it is at this point. There's a lot of construction behind me. Unfortunately, is how it is. Also, hi from Mexico. I have a nice break. You can hear me just fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Also, God bless you all. This press trip has been wild. I was not sure if I was going to be able to make it to the. Because, okay, so initially this was supposed to be scheduled for like 7 hours later. I thought that I would be able to do this. It's like 12:30 right now. I'm in a town that's a little bit outside of Puerto Vallarta right now. So, like, think Central Time, but I also know that you guys are. There's a daylight savings time. It's kooky. It's kooky. I was on a mountain yesterday. Um, it was the most beautiful view, though. Like, we climbed this mountain for 2 hours. We were on a bus, so like that was helpful. But we did climb this mountain for like a hot 2 hours. Two people almost had. We almost lost two journalists to like accidents, to like PP accidents. But we made it, and then we saw the most beautiful sunset. It was lovely. Then we had to go down the mountain. I did not get home until way too late. And then I looked at the schedule today, and I was like, what on earth? What on earth? Will I be getting a tattoo while I'm here? Yes. Yes. I'm very excited. So yeah, hi everybody. For the folks that are new on here, I'm not sure if there's anybody new on here, but just in case, hi, I'm Shayna. I'm a journalist. And now you guys are seeing me in my journalism space, you know? You guys have any questions about press trips or things like that, please let me know. I've come across some very interesting people while I've been here. Also, there's a sizable group of us that are journalists on this trip. So, yeah, yeah, it's been nice. It's been very nice. Um, Also, what are your time zones? Please share what your time zones are for the people that are here in the chat. I would love to make sure that I keep as many people in, what is it called? I would like to be as aware as possible for like future scheduling. Eastern. Okay. Okay. So that's like 1 or 2 hours ahead. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, there was somebody that CST America Eastern. Okay. Eastern Standard, Anthony? Eastern Standard? Okay. Please let me yeah. Let me know. So yeah, yeah. My internal clock is so upside down at this point. So absolutely upside down. But yes, thank you. Thank you. If you guys have any questions about truly anything about this adorable little town, somebody, interestingly enough, oh, you're on Juarez. Samesies, samesies. Um, yeah, I am not in Celulita, but I'm close Eastern. Oh, there's a lot of Easterns here. Okay. So good to know. Good to know. So there's a lot of Easterns, a lot of Centrals. So I'll try and keep it close to that time frame. Also, can you guys hear the? Hey. Okay. Oh, you want to see? Let me make sure that okay. And once again, still working on my Spanish. Want to see what I have in Mexico? I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Once again, lots of practicing that's happening, and I don't, unfortunately, not a lot of people speak Spanish next near me. Here is different. Here is different. Here, a lot of people appreciate that I try my best. And I'm like, thank you, very kind strangers. Yeah, I got a message yesterday, or maybe I just saw it. The amount of messages that I've been getting, by the way. I'm so happy for all the new people that are like following my content. It is so heartwarming. I got a message yesterday that said that she had a 5-hour time difference. Let me see what Mexico had. Oh, okay. I was within the times. I was within the. Yeah, I mean, it depends on which region of Mexico. Mexico's like really large, multiple states. I'm on a beach, like I'm on one of the coastal sides of Mexico. I think I'm a little lower than Mexico City. It's like 80. If anybody, it seems like a lot of people are familiar with Fahrenheit on here. I'm getting a couple of US people. So it's like 80 something degrees. I want to say like 82. So it's real nice. I was used to that New York weather, that depression weather. So I am very happy to be here. My vitamin D levels are back where they need to be. But yeah, like this town is very cute. It's small. I'm seeing a lot of families. There's a lot of families here, which is very nice with tiny kids. So you see a lot of like little kids getting ready in their like baby uniforms to go to school and such. We should be having more downtime now, like starting to, I guess kind of today, which is why I was able to find this time, but dinner is much later in the evening and it's actually supposed to start even later. So I wanted to like find this nice little in-between time. Also, look at this color. Look at this color. Don't look at the chip, but look at the color. I'm really proud of that. Yeah, so that's pretty much, yeah. I'm also very close to the jungle. I'm very close to the jungle. I did ask a lot of people and they said we haven't had a jaguar sighting in a very long time. So they're like, I think that you're good to like go on a hike. And I was like, how long is a long time? Because a jaguar sighting sounds serious. And that sounds like a thing that I need to know. I need to know exact time frames for that. Adventure is happening below me. So yeah, will I go on a hike to the mountains? I don't know, because nobody's actually confirmed how long it's been since a jaguar sighting has happened, and I'm delicate. And you learn more about what to do with bears in the States than you learn what to do. That beeping will stop soon. Yeah, you learn more to do with bears than you do. There was a cone right behind this truck. And he didn't even know that cone was there. That was a good driver. That was a good driver. But yeah, I don't know what to do if I were to see a jaguar. I don't know, because I don't think you're supposed to run, because they go for the back of the neck. Can't have that happen. Can't have that happen. That's an immediate no-go. So, Leslie, if you know what to do with a jaguar sighting, please let me know. I don't think I should go on this hike. I don't think I should go on this hike. I feel every ancestor in me is saying, don't go on this hike. I don't think I'm gonna go on it. Never run from big. So exactly. You're never supposed to run. I think you're supposed to like back away slowly. I think you're supposed to back away slowly. Keeping eye contact. I think that's what's supposed to happen, but also I genuinely have no idea. And I don't think this is the time nor place to really figure that out. So I'm gonna leave that up. I'm gonna leave that alone. Um, yeah, yeah, we got a nice little per diem. So like some like road cash from the company that's sponsoring me and the other journalists that come into town. So I am. Oh, is that us? Is that the rest of the crew? That might be the rest of the crew. Not 100% sure. We will see, or I will see. Always follow your intuition. Yeah, I'm not feeling the most comfortable. I'm not feeling. It would be beautiful though. Now here's the kicker. I do too many things for the plot. Oh, hello, Leo. Suki, I do a lot of things for the plot. Arguably, too many things for the plot. Um, but me doing things for the plot has only helped my career. So I'm thinking, no, but it's a Jaguar. But it's a Jaguar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, logic beat me out on that. Beat all. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me right back down to earth on that one. But yeah, yeah. I'm thinking about exchanging my time with a Jaguar for a nice massage. That sounds much more family safe. Yeah. Bless you. Bless you. I think a massage is in order instead. Much more in order instead. Yesterday, so I'm just gonna rant for a little bit. I'm just gonna rant for a little bit. If anybody wants to talk about other things, please feel free to hop in. Happy to rant about other things. But we went to a pineapple field yesterday, and I got a little excited because I thought that we were going to be allowed to. I thought that we were going to be allowed to like wield a machete and chop some pineapples. Which, by the way, if you don't know how pineapples grow, I think that we should all take a moment. We're gonna say that nobody was injured below me. Oh, thank you. And welcome to the live. So, if you guys don't know how pineapples grow, I strongly recommend just doing a quick little tap in, a quick little Google to see how pineapples grow because they are hilarious. They're hilarious. And some of them grow with like multiple heads too, which is fascinating. Anyway, we went to a pineapple field in Mexico to like learn about the pineapple process, harvesting process, all of that. I just assumed that I was always like lightly allergic to pineapples. No. No, no. Turns out I'm only allergic to genetically modified pineapples. If anybody else, if your mouth gets a little itchy when you try pineapples, it's probably just the genetically modified ones. Now, am I an allergist? No. Do I know an allergist? No. Will I ask these questions to an allergist? I'll probably forget sooner rather than later, so the answer is probably not. If you have a critical allergy to pineapples, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. But if you like pineapples and just would prefer to be less itchy most of the time, then try to look for some truly organic pineapples. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Now, that is the end of my rant for this in particular, but that is the cutest little punch buggy. It looks like a grape. It's like oh, thank you. It looks like a deep purple grape. They have the cutest cars. Can you please give me a shout out? Monkey Maybell? Hello. I'm not entirely sure. That can't be your government name. That can't be your government name. Yeah. Yeah. If there's any like thing that you guys would like to discuss, please just hop in. Just hop in. Also, once again, I fully apologize. Can you also mod people in the chat? I don't know how to do that. I would love to. I have no idea how to do that. I just learned how to schedule this. Can I mod people in the chat? I'm also not even gonna lie. I'm not fully sure what that means. I will Google that later because it sounds like you're meaning moderate than a lot of professionals. Oh, thanks. We're trustworthy. Like, which professionals are you talking about? Like journalists? Oh, hey. Yeah, I'm curious what kind of professionals you're talking about. Oh, are you? Am I a Swiftie? No, No, so sorry, so sorry. Um, the Swifties terrify me. Can't even lie. There's Swifties. There are the people that follow like RuPaul's Drag Race. Um, there are certain cults, is what I'm saying. There's CrossFitters. There are certain cults that I can't be. No, sorry, not a Swiftie. Um, Fanatic white girls terrify me. Yes, yes, and they're of all ages. I feel like there's more Swifties that are within my age range than there are younger Swifties. And those are the Swifties that have like buying power and political power. Like Taylor Swift knew what she was doing. Basically, many people help you out in the chat. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, yeah, we'll figure out how to like work the moderations later. But yeah, wait. So did you ask me if I was a Swiftie because I terrify you? Is that why? Is that what you were trying to hint at? Please let me, because I think I give adorable, but let me know if it's giving concerning instead. But yeah, Swifties are, I know one Swiftie. Oh, you're a big Swiftie? Do you scare people? Do you scare people? And is that why you asked me if I was a Swiftie? Because I also scare people. I am a Swiftie. Okay, all right. I mean, you seem very nice. You love the Swifties. I only know one Swiftie, and she's very low key about her love for Taylor. Um, yeah, she's very low. She's very sane about it. I've just seen the Swifties online. It's okay. I mean, I think we all should be scaring a couple of people generally. Um, in a herd. Yes, yes. Like, I think that the people, how do I put this? Because I think that Swifty, I mean, any culty kinds of things, when you're in a big enough herd, it terrifies everybody. Everybody. I think that Swifties in a herd are horrifying. The individual Swifty that I know, now I know two. But you see, I am sure that you only share that cardboard cutout with the people that you are closest to or to other people that are also in the herd. I think that those are. Oh no, you didn't say the herd. Somebody else said the herd. Like I think that there's a point within your cult where you're like, oh okay, like this is safe to share with everybody and my inner circle people. I think the people that don't really understand where that line is are the cult of Nicki Minaj. Listen, if there are any like Roman fans out there, I respect you. You horrify me. The way that is a following that genuinely concerns me. 13 people. Oh no, it's not 13 anymore. Somehow it jumped down to 5. Who knows where everybody else is gonna go? They'll return, maybe. I don't know. But the yeah, like Swifties, I don't think are gonna come for people's necks. I don't think Swifties would dox people. I don't think Swifties would show up at your job and threaten your livelihood the way that the Nicki Minaj following would. Once again, if there's any Nicki Minaj fans out there, I am genuinely terrified of you. So please, I'm sorry. I have the deepest amount of respect for what you guys do, I guess. Just please don't come after me and my loved ones. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Also, do you guys hear the flutist back there? I really hope that you can. I really hope that you can. But yeah. So that's my. I've like lightly heard some of her stuff. I'm not very normal about Taylor. I talk about her 20%. And you know what? I think that I know it sounds so nice, right? And that's like live music back there. Oh, I could share a little bit about me. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you're new to my channel or not. If you're not, more than fine. If you are, more than fine. So on YouTube, I talk a lot about child's free living. I talk a lot about healthy relationships. I talk a lot about, so sorry, I only get a couple of plus ones every now and then, and that goes to my best friend and my mom. So sorry, what to do? When it comes to so my channel, I talk a lot about child-free living, healthy relationships, what I deem to be healthy relationships, decentering men in general. Even if you're a man, I think that the idea of decentering men is something that we all should be working a little bit more towards, a lot more towards. The chat just dropped down to 3, and I think it was because I said that I can't just take strangers with me to a foreign country. Guys, it's fine. But yeah, so that's what I do on here. Also, outside of that, I do a lot. I'm a journalist. I work within the food, beverage, and travel space, and I talk a lot about the relationship between those three things and politics, because food is political, travel is political, beverage is political. And yeah, I also love the child-free movement. It is something that I think we should all be talking about, because I think that child freeness is also, it's all right. I feel like I know you were joking. People ask me this all the time though, so I just like to put it out there. Yeah, I think that child freeness, I consider it synonymous to intentional parenting, because there's a lot of people that just have kids for no reason, that just have kids for as like an act of love to somebody else, or just like, oh, it's time for me to have kids. No, like you need to really critically think about these things. Do you want kids? What does it mean to want kids? How do you know that you want kids? These kinds of things. You must be so scared of stadiums with Taylor Swift, because like, yeah, I just don't go. I just don't go. How about decentralize the opposite sex in general? That would make sense if society was not centered around maleness. The reason why the patriarchy is a thing is because globally we have been conditioned to central maleness. So in theory, that'd be cool. But alas, the reality of it is that that's not. Now, sure, you can learn to decentralize the yearning for a romantic relationship. Oh, okay. See ya. For everybody else, oh, more than fine. I'm going to a concert soon, and I'm going to. All I'm saying is that bring water, bring a friend, and try to not get stampeded while you're there. I imagine that that all the other Swifties, something happens where. Tell me if I'm wrong. More than happy to be wrong. I also feel like you should not be able to have kids unless you pass it. Right. Right. I think that, and thank you. I think that there's certain milestones that people, thank you. Good. I'm following everything. I think that there's certain milestones that people should experience and pass and overcome in order to have children. I think that they're ideally, I don't know if you guys have seen this what is it called? There's a comic. I can't remember her name right now, but she has a clip. A part of one of her like HBO specials, where she talks about how bakers are the people that should be allowed to have children, not the everyday person. Like if you could make a croissant, then you should have a child, because it takes more effort. It takes 3 days to make a croissant, and you can make a baby in a bathroom, right? There's a lot of training that goes into baking. Thank you. And our Swiftie-tastic. Oh, look at you guys making friends in the comment section. Love it. But yeah, I think that intentional parenting is something that everybody should be considering. And not just if you want to be a parent, but it's more of like intentionally, how are you trying to build your life? How are you trying to build community? In order for someone to adopt a child, they have to prove info, but to have what? Exactly. But also depending on what country you live in, how the government's run, like in the States, people buy babies all the time. The way that the adoption system works here is genuinely terrifying. Oh, thank you. Welcome to the party. Lily's World. Yeah, the way that people can truly just buy children is so deeply concerning. Honestly, I think people enjoy the sexual thrill, but not the consequence. And like, I can understand it. Hey, easier said with Meg. Hey, girl. Yeah. And mind you, I'm all for people having safe sex. Like, go out there, live your life, use protection, do that. And I go to Costa Rica now. Yes. I'm also curious. I went to Costa Rica once. I'm curious where you're headed. I'm curious where you're headed. Let me know where you're going to be in Costa Rica. Um, yeah. Wait, I got to remember what the thrill without the consequence. People can have the thrill of sex without having kids, which is why I made a video about this a while ago, but I think a lot of people have a breeding kink. I think that's what it is. Now, mind you, you can have these kinds of kinks and still use protection. I'm not studying abroad. For how long? Like a year? A year in Costa Rica sounds like a dream. No, it's probably a semester, right? It's probably a semester. Oh yes, I studied. Oh, you studied abroad there. Okay. So you're going to be, is this like a vacation? I do it all the time. Okay, okay. Is it a vacation? Are you going to Costa Rica with a friend? With like, when I say a friend, I mean like in the haha kind of way that they do on TV where it's like, and then they were friends. And they were best friends. Are you going with a partner? Is this a vacation? Let me know. But yeah, yeah. People just need to be using a whole lot more protection. You can go out there, you can slut it up. Actually, maybe don't slut it up because people are wild. People are actually insane. Name a car for an edit. I don't know what that means. I already studied abroad there. I'm going alone. Regrouping. You're going on a self-healing journey. Going on a self-healing journey. Back to my point. But yeah, I'm very excited for your emotional wellness trip. Also, wellness travel is becoming a bigger thing now, which I'm curious about. Because I think that there's some places that do it really well, and then there's other places that really just take up a lot of the resources of the local environment. It's really 50-50. It's really 50-50. I'm curious about what your experience is at the place that you're going to. Yeah. Is it a retreat, or is it just like you going to a hotel? And there's a burp right in here. So sorry. Oh, that was a delicate one. Okay. All right. I thought I was going to blow you guys away. Yeah, I'm curious what your experience is gonna be like. Keep us posted. Keep us posted. Yeah, yeah. Uh, Breeding. It's just I stayed once in Guatemala, 31 days in a hostel. I don't stay in a hotel. And that's fair. Also, hostels are such a great way to make friends. I've never had a bad hostel experience. My best hostel experience, I mean, it's not warm. I stay in group rooms at Selena or with locals. Okay, okay. For Costa Rica, for like all of your travels in general. Curious. And not the hotels versus hostels thing. Yeah. Let me show you. Oh, thank you. Me neither. I am forgetting what the me neither was related to. I'm so sorry. A general recommendation for the folks in the chat: if you ever decide to go to Ireland, absolutely, go on a whiskey. They have a whiskey tour around the country. I love a whiskey sour, so I obviously had to start on this tour. So, point one, absolutely do that. Two, I swear to God, the nicest people on the planet somehow find their way to Ireland. That was a loud bird. All of my travel, I book hostel. Sorry. No, you don't have to be quiet. Truly, no. I'm happy that you're here too. Yeah, I really enjoy hostel living. I will say, when I go to places for long periods of time, I try to book a portion of my time in hostels. No, don't. Did you have a bad time at a hostel? Real Leslie say, like, did you have a bad time at a hostel, or is it more of just like the idea of being around people too much that makes you go, no, thank you? Because if it's the idea of it, I don't want to promise anything, but I have always had really good experiences at hostels. It's an easy way to make friends. There's always community events. They shouldn't. You can get solo rooms. Research something I paid. Yeah, like some hostels do also have solo rooms that involve you getting your own bathroom, your own like living quarter. But if you choose to go, I'm from Ireland. Oh, I am obsessed with Obsessed? Is that it? No, yeah, I am. It's such a beautiful, happy country. I just wish it was warmer. I just wish it was warmer. If it was warmer, I would have made a full blown move over there. Are you in there with men? Not so you can choose, right? You can choose. Some people do get co-ed rooms, but I've only been in single sex rooms. Um, you could get a single sex, depending on the hostel. It could be of 4 people, of 6 people, of 8 people, of like 12. The numbers can go up, but the common living spaces are for everybody. The sleeping quarters, you can choose between co-ed or single sex. In my experience, oh, okay, like the hostel in general, I'm assuming. It's okay. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you don't have to by any means. But if you like roam around a town and make friends with somebody who's at a hostel and you want to go to like, because there's events that go on in these hostels. Sometimes they have game nights, sometimes they do bar crawls, sometimes they do a whole bunch of things, right? I went on a wild adventure with some of the people from my hostel in Ireland. um, did I do that anywhere else? No, no. It was really just the group from Ireland that I was like, yeah, let's go out. And they're like, yeah. So personally, strongly recommend. Yeah, some of them do yoga in the morning. They have like wellness things, group breakfasts, that kind of stuff. Not all of them, but some of them do. Experience in my life there. Selena hotels have great reputation. They do. They do. When I was in Costa Rica, I didn't go to a Selena hotel, but there was one in the area that I was in. I was in Tamarindo. It was always like pretty, not packed, but there was always like motion going in and out. So, group art therapy. That's fancy. That's fancy. When I was in Barcelona, there was a hostel that I was in that had a chef inside. Like, there was a chef for the hostel. Um, I befriended her. We got to like make meals together. We had like sangria night. It was everything. That was everything. Yeah, I will say though, in my personal experience, the only downside, it was very moving. Sometimes we would just sit in a circle until our like bonding happens. Like a lot of bonding tends to happen in hostels, which that's one of the magic of it. That's one of the like big magical moments of being in a hostel, in my experience anyway. The thing that always makes me go, no, thank you, is the bathroom situation. I swear, it's like that bird is right behind me. It must be right behind me. The bathroom situation is always what gets me. Every single time. Because you can only share a bathroom with so many people, and at some point you're going to have to poop. So, Leslie, see if you're still out there. I know that it sounds like the book is already closed for the hostels, but if you are ever considering, just keep that in mind. Just gently keep that in mind. In the military, so yeah, you see, you it sounds like you were already used to that. The bird agrees. Bathroom. The bird agrees with the bathroom situation. I That was the only kicker for me. And you never really know how like cleanly people are gonna be. Sometimes people drop a hot one in the bathroom. And it's just like, nah, I cannot. I go to the one at the front desk. See, but when it comes to shower time, that's where, because obviously nobody, hopefully, I have not had this experience where somebody drops a hot one in the shower. I'm just saying that this bird is having such a moment. I love this. Sorry, I get defensive. No, when people haven't had an experience. It's fine. Everybody's allowed to have their experience. More than fine. I sit in a cabin with a shared bathroom before, so I know what you mean. It's not forever. It's a small slice of life when you're... Yeah, and some people are down for it, and some people are less open to it. I know myself and my ex well enough to know it's not for me. And that's okay. Okay, so I have a tattoo that one of my like couple of tattoos, and one says no risk, no story. And I love this. Hey, don't take away this time I love it. Yeah, exactly. um Swear to God, this bird is trying to say something. um I'm just gently putting it out there that while I fully believe no risk, no story, not every risk needs to be taken, and not every story needs to be written. And that's coming from from a journalist. Not, hola. Um, Not, it's very close to no guts, no glory. I live by what this tattoo says, and I've almost died from what this tattoo says. And I don't necessarily recommend this lifestyle to all people. You got to know your boundaries, you know? You got to know your boundaries. Leslie, see, it sounds like you know that this is a boundary that you have. More than fun. There's a Coca-Cola truck. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening that you guys aren't seeing. Um, in a room or hole, I can't refuse to stay in the same hotel I can stay in America. There's so much happening around me. Yeah, I will say I went to. You're good. You're good. I when I was in Mexico. Well, I'm in Mexico right now. I was in a different part of Mexico a few months ago, and I was rural. Rural. I was staying in somebody's family home. Like I made breakfast with the abuela. Like we did it all. Right. It was in Oaxaca, not Oaxaca City. Like an hour or so outside of Oaxaca City, and as beautiful as the house was, I don't think that I could ever. I don't think I could do that again because it's a traditional style home. It was a traditional style home, which means that none of the living quarters were connected to the bathrooms. There's that big central yard space, like courtyard space, and then every single room was connected to that. So I had to. Did I have to? We're gonna assume at some point I had to poop in the middle of the night, and you have to run through the courtyard to the bathroom. Now, did I find the biggest spider of my life in that bathroom? At some point, yes. Did I go to kill that spider, turn around, and the spider was gone? Yes. Do I think that spider had some level of consciousness? That spider knew that I was out for its spider blood, and I didn't find it. Now, it didn't leave the bathroom, but it just wasn't where I could see it. And that's too much for me. That's too much for me. Exactly. Exactly. I don't recommend that experience for everybody. But that being said, like, okay, there were pros and cons, right? There were pros and cons. That bathroom was the biggest con. That bathroom situation was the biggest con, because the amount of fear that I had every time I had to use the bathroom, I don't know if I'll ever recover from that. At another point, was there also an iguana in the sink? Yes. I just had to hold my pee, look for somebody. Mind you, where I was in Oaxaca, I speak okay Spanish. Where I was at, Spanish isn't the primary language. It's Zapotec, which is an indigenous language to, it was a wild experience, which is an indigenous language to Mexico. So my Spanish wasn't getting me nowhere. So I had to go and find, not abuela, because abuela didn't speak any Spanish. I had to go and find one of her like nieces or like a younger generation and try to explain that there's an iguana in the sink with my minimal Spanish. Yo, like the food was bomb. I was there specifically to write about mezcal in indigenous cultures, and it was. Thank you. It's my child-free journey allows me the space to do all of these things. I don't have to worry about anybody else. I just go. I just go where I want to, where my money will allow me to go. Or if there's a PR company that wants me to go and write about something, do something for something, I'm just like, hey, pay for my flight, pay for my lodging, pay for my food, pay for my adventure. Let's do this. No babysitting. Don't have to worry about other people's schedules. Freedom over everything. For everything. So there's that. Now, yeah. So Leslie say, I understand the co-living situation can be, because it wasn't just me in that space, right? I had one room, the family had like a couple other spaces. There was at one point like an Airbnb duo that came in. It was cute. It was, the idea of it was very cute, for the way that I choose to live my life. The way it was a cute idea. It was a cute idea. I have experienced it, right? With a, and now it's good to know these things. You've had that experience. You've had that experience of sharing a communal space, and you said it's not for me. Now, I can do certain kinds of communal spaces. I think that there are different kinds of communal spaces that can show up in these short-term living situations. Some of them I love. Some of them genuinely concern me. Genuinely concern me. The racing across, and now here's just another layer of the kicker of the place in Oaxaca, just outside of Oaxaca City that I was talking about. Because it's so far outside of the city, I do love to go where the locals are and find the food. Right, going in is great. And if you could find a nice spot in that area, phenomenal. We need more free birth control videos from you. I I need to like schedule out some time to bulk up that content, because I don't want to just keep reposting other people's things, even though I do think that they are. I think you're amazing. Oh, thank you. If you're curious about the things that I've written, you can go. I think I have it on there. Let me know if it's not there though. On my description for my page, my website should be there, and there all of my not. Oh, there's like 8 things I need to upload on there. The majority of my work, my published work, is on my website. So if you go to the description, look for my thing. It's shaynaconde.com. All of my articles should be on there. I've been to a ranch, and let me tell you, the food was bomb. But be careful which horse you decide to ride. It can be wild. I almost fell off twice, and it took off. See, and this is the magic of travel, right? Because there's always an element of danger. There's always an element of, ooh, like this is exciting. Like, who's had this experience before? And then there's always this like gentle part of maybe somebody else has had this experience before, but they just never made it out. That's how I like to think of it. Anyway, but like finding the food where the locals are does, in my experience anyway, tend to mean going way off the beaten path. Way off the beaten path. And you never really know what's gonna happen. Like even when I'm on a press trip, right? Like I'm really appreciative of the way that the PR company that I'm working with right now has scheduled things, because there's enough breathing space for us to do what's been curated for us to do. But like there's breathing space to walk through town, to find your own eateries. I made a friend at a local coffee shop this morning that recommended a Lebanese Mexican place in town. And I was like, Lebanese Mexican? I'm like, say less. Me? Say less. But yeah, I think that's the part that makes me the most excited. When it comes to these kinds of trips, just excursions in general. A place you haven't been yet, really love to go. Excellent question. I got 2 answers. One, I really want to go. I really want to go to the Philippines. The screen changed. I don't know. Am I still here? Let me know if I'm still here. If I need to do something, I genuinely have no idea what I would need to do. I love Filipino food so much. I travel for food. Some people travel for pictures, some people travel for adventure, some people travel but I travel for food. That is why I'm a food journalist, right? I figured out how to do what I love and have somebody else pay for me to do that. Bora Bora, that does look very nice. Bora Bora looks the water there. See, ooh, like fresh off I love fresh caught fish. I'm obsessed with fresh caught, as we all should be if you're not allergic. It's a long view for me, but like it is on TikTok. Oh yeah, it's up and down. It's not side to side. So sorry. So sorry. I'll figure out how to do that at some point. First of all, it's like, favorite Mexican food. Oh, my favorite Mexican food. So here's the, okay. Regionally, Puebla. Pueblan food. Like, I understand everybody loves Mexico City. And I love Oaxaca. I love Oaxaca. When it comes to mezcal, Oaxaca does it best. It's the mezcal capital of the world is in Oaxaca. When it comes to when it comes to regional food, Puebla does it best. Árabe tacos are so many words. Okay, I'm hopping in. I also love Jamaican food. As somebody who's half Jamaican, yes, if you find somewhere with good jerk, it changes your life. Changes your life. We know heat. We know. Oh, I could talk about my people's food all day, except for Aki and Salvish. Don't tell my mom. Aspiring because I'm trying to make a pivot. I'm a health reporter and I love news. I really need to change. I'm not living it. Okay, this is making me very excited. I recorded a video a few days ago about, because if you guys are interested in me talking about how folks can start entering freelance journalism, please let me know, because I entered this space. I never studied this. Yeah, I'm in Mexico. I mean, al pastor is always great. I will say different regions do al pastor differently, which is fantastic. I will hop back to that initial thing. Don't worry, I'm not gonna lose you. Where are you? Honey Lee, I'm not gonna lose you. Good guess. Yes. Also, Oaxacan, I hate coffee. I don't know what Oaxacan people do to that coffee. It's the only coffee that I actually enjoy. It's the only coffee that I actually enjoy. And Mexican hot chocolate in general, phenomenal. Oaxacan Mexican hot chocolate takes the cake from everybody else. I'm just saying. There's a Jamaican spot where I live called the Island Pot. Jamaican food. I will talk about Jamaican food in a hot second, but I'm going to go back to the pivot question. If you're interested in making a pivot in the journalism space, or just in entering it in general, because I do this freelance. I don't work for anybody. I mean, I work for people, but on my own terms, which makes me really happy. It gives me the space to do what I want to do. I don't have to take every single assignment that comes my way. There's a lot of assignments that I think are stupid. There's a lot of, when you're on staff, you can't really say no to things, and you can't really do the deepest dives on things unless like every now and then. I'm in a little surf town, so I'm watching people just kind of walk past with their surfboards midday. I love it. Yeah, there's space for it. If you're interested in making this kind of pivot, there's space for it. I know that a lot of people are saying, oh, the journalism industry is dead and dying. And especially when you're seeing all of these publications closing out, it's not writing as passionately because of that. Right. I think that now, I feel like I need to do an entire live that just really talks about my transition, because the way that I transitioned, I did this accidentally. I didn't know that I was entering journalism when I started transitioning. So I made a lot of mistakes along the way. And in making those mistakes and figuring out how to navigate those mistakes, I ended up building the perfect career for myself. There's money in this, right? You just really have to understand how you fit within freelance journalism and what your niche would be. Now, your niche doesn't have to be super, super specific, but if you understand what your niche is, there's so much room. There's so much room to play, to explore, to grow, to build essentially a freelancing business, because I'm basically an entrepreneur within the journalism space. As an independent, as a freelancer, it's kind of what I am. And there's ways to do it. I genuinely believe that there are ways to do this. These feeds are random. Host, what's the spirit of your show? Please, thanks. Of my show? I don't know this was a show. This is a conversation. I'm talking to people. People asking questions. I'm responding. Spirit of my show. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. People are out here asking questions. I'm out here talking. That's the spirit of it. It's full transparency. I guess that's the spirit of the show. Um, but yeah, is there supposed to be like one through line that people do for these things? Is it really not a conversation that people have on lives? Because I enjoy like getting to know the people that are following me. Vlog show all the same, thanks. I also work on my own terms, just in the IT field. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. I know nothing about IT, but there's a way to do it. Vlog show all the same. Vlog show all the same. Not entirely sure what that means. But yeah, if you're interested in making that pivot, I fully support you doing it. I fully support you doing it. Don't like give up your don't give up your health reporting all at once. You know, you are going to need a nice little safety net as you are making that transition, but slowly but surely, slowly but surely. Ah, I can teach you if you'd like how to IT? No, thank you. I do not need to know a single thing about IT. Freedom is life. I will say I do love working from home and not having to be in the office every day. I can't work in the office ever. I'm too distracted consistently for this. Must you have a number of subbies before you can go live on YouTube? I think so. I'm gonna double check, but I think you do need to have a certain number of subscribers before you can go live. I think the number is in between 500 to 1,000. I think it's somewhere between there. I want to say it's 1,000. I don't think it was always 1,000 though. No, for some reason YouTube vloggers on random lives and sending us unknown vloggers to someone. I'm new here. No. Literally no apology. No need to apologize. I am relatively new to navigating this YouTube space. Similar to like me entering journalism. I just kind of like showed up one day and was like, oh, wonder what I do here, you know? How many countries have you traveled to? What's your home country? My home country is the United States, you know? Love-hate relationship with it. My family, my mom is from Jamaica, my dad is from Haiti. I'm first gen. Yeah. How many countries have I been to? At this point, I want to say around 12. Around 12, maybe 13. Most of them truly in the past 2 years. Most of them truly in the past 2 years. You gotta have a certain number of ads a month, certain number for ads a month. Yeah, so for ads and monetization, you need to have 1,000, but then there's a certain amount of watch hours that you need to have for ads and monetization. That's what that's connected to. But yeah, yeah, it's a decent amount of country, and truly, because I found my niche for myself. Within this travel space, I've been able to go to most of these places without spending a dime of my own money. There's a way to live I fully believe that there's a way to live the life that you want to live without crippling yourself. It just takes a lot of creativity. Not even necessarily like I work a lot, but it just takes a certain amount of creativity. Would love to. No. Thank you, Leo. That's a lot of travel. Freedom is one. It is a lot of travel. It is a lot of travel. Arguably, sometimes it's too much travel. I'm really trying to figure out where I want to be globally. Now, mind you, I'm in the process of moving to Barcelona for a longer period of time. I've done some wine writing over there, and there's opportunities for me to do much more of that, and it pays well. So I'm in the process of making that transition over there. Money-wise, for me to get the visa that I would need, my money does like this, and they don't like that. They don't like that for getting a visa. If your money's gonna go like this, there needs to be a bar, and you needs to be above the bar, right? Which I'm not even gonna lie, full disclosure, I was very strongly encouraged to make a YouTube channel to help level out my income so that way I can more easily make that move to Barcelona. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. I'll give it a shot. And then I just started ranting about my child-free life, and then people came, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these new internet friends that my mom always warned me about, you know? So, oh, also, it looks like I have like 5 more minutes. I try to keep these lives to about an hour because, gotta go do stuff. So if there's any like heavy hitter questions, please let me know in these next couple of minutes. But yeah, I will say, and I think no, I did definitely talk about this on my previous live. As a black woman, my mom warns me about internet friends. Yeah, even to this day, she warns me about internet friends. Unfortunately, nothing she can do. Try to get me, mom. Yeah, I talked on the last live, I think, about my experience in Turkey as a black woman. While I love the country, that airport, I hate that airport. I don't think I've ever experienced a more racist airport in my life. So yeah, like there's a lot of travel. I am trying to not necessarily slow it down, but get a lot more intentional about where I go, and spend longer periods of time in places. So that way it's not like, oh, I'm in very quickly and then I'm out very quickly. You don't really get a sense of what things are. Will I write a book one day? I would like that. I would like to write a book one day. To write a book, I mean, like, I could write a book. Technically, I've already written a book. It's getting an agent and getting a publisher to be interested in your book. And unfortunately, when you write about nonfiction kinds of things, they want you to have like this huge audience. Oh, thank you. It's very sweet. I'd appreciate you being my first customer. Oh, and thanks. I also consider myself to be a fun person. Yeah, so did you guys see that? I didn't eat it. That bug flew directly into my face. But yeah, I'd like to write about more things. And as a book, to be able to do that within a book, you could write about the things that you're most passionate about without having, obviously there's going to be an editor involved, but I'm just excited to write a long form thing. What was that? I don't know what that was. I'm excited to write a long form thing in a way that I can explore deeper ideas without having to make my voice palatable to people. While I really appreciate the editors that I've worked with and am working with, have you thought about doing a podcast? I would love to do a podcast. I just don't want to edit a podcast. I'm not good at that stuff. What would my book be about? My book, so there's a couple of books that are inside of me, right? One would be about my experience in Moscow. It was terrifying, but I learned a lot while I was over there. Although I'm cooking, I'm enjoying this life. Oh, thank you. I will say we have like maybe 2 more minutes before the live is done, but I'm really happy that you're here, Art of Aries. Yeah, so my one book would be about that. Another book would be about I have an autoimmune disease that's very similar to multiple sclerosis, and navigating that as a black woman traveler has been fascinating. So I'd love to write about that. I also like writing about food cultures, because you learn so much about people through food cultures. And as a black woman journalist, traveling to countries that have a preconceived notion about me, my food culture, and creating relationships with people across the world through food has been, it's really been beautiful. It's really been beautiful. And I would love to write about that in all of the countries that I've been to. Once again, this is going to be something that maybe if like YouTube really, like my YouTube really blows up, then I could get some attention from like editors and things like that, and then people would allow me the space to be able to write about these things in a longer form. But as of right now, these are really just like dreams that I have. If it happens, y'all are going to be the first to know. I promise you, y'all are going to be the first to know. But as of right now, this is basically what it is. Okay, we got 40 seconds before I gotta go. Although I really need to pee. But we got 40 seconds. Last minute thoughts, feelings. I'm here. Also, once again, look at these nails. Oh no, they're chipping. Don't look at these nails. I'm so sorry. Okay. With this. I'll be on the look just in case there's any new thoughts. But this has been wonderful. I'm going to go find a little taco cart somewhere and give them so many pesos. And I might go to the beach. I might go to the beach. With that, thank you all for this wonderful live. And I will be talking to you all on my next live, probably. All right. All the best and bye bye. How do I end this? I don't know. How do. Ooh, there